What's going on, my friends? How are you? How are you doing? Today we're going to answer the age-old question that everybody in the world wants to know the answer to, and that's why I'm bringing you such an incredible video today. And that question, of course, is, are Schneider drivers the biggest dorks in trucking? Because I'm starting to think so. Yeah, we made fun of Prime quite a bit, but I'm starting to think maybe, just maybe, Schneider drivers are bigger dorks than Prime drivers even. Can you believe that? And definitely bigger dorks than Swift drivers, because let's face it, Swift drivers like myself are cream of the crop, best of the best. It said it right on the side of our trailers, best in class. And who are you to question that? It was written right there in text. And who the hell are you to question that? We are the best there is, and that's all there is to it. So, sorry to burst some bubbles, but we know the answer to that. And Swift, we're the best. Sorry, but we're trying to figure out who the biggest dorks are in trucking. So we're going to do that. We're going to figure that out. But before we get started, as always, I do have a few people to say thank you to for super thanks on the last video. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. Even if that's subscribing, liking, commenting, whatever it is you do that helps my humble little channel grow. But to those of you that are polite enough to send me some of your hard-earned money through super thanks on the video, well, you earn a little time out of my videos for me to say thank you to you personally. So first we've got Freddie with the $5. Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your $5 very much. Then we got Steven coming in with $10 on the last video. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate you. And recurring name on this, I don't know which word I wanted to use, but we've got Nitro Turtle with $25. And every time he leaves a super thanks, he says it's for my Geek Bar fund, which thank you, Nitro Turtle. I do have to keep getting my nicotine. Let me take a minute out to show you probably the worst vape I've ever bought. It's this little thing called Hermes, because I didn't realize that the truck stop I was in had Geek Bars right around the corner, so I bought this instead. Here's the thing that's really frustrating about it. Let me tell you about it. It's a nice vape, you know, flavor's good, it's got nicotine in it. Battery doesn't hold up for as long as I'd like. You have to charge it pretty often. But you know how a lot of states are taking away flavoring in vapes now? They're like, we can't have flavored vapes because then the children will start vaping. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but this company did one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Look, if you push the button, I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you push this button, it opens a game, let me get it in front of the camera, called the Lucky Room. You push it again, and now you just play slot machines. Yeah, now you just play a slot machine. That's the whole game. They put a game on the vape. Guys, Hermes, whoever you guys are, look, I just won. Right in front of your guys' very eyes, I'm a winner. There you go. We can never argue again. Next time somebody comes to my channel and says, this guy Trucks is a loser, you just saw it in real time. I'm a fucking winner, baby. I just won right in front of you guys. But this is bad. This is bad because we're having a hard time holding on to our flavored vapes right now because there's politicians that say it appeals to children to start vaping, which I think is ridiculous. But now they go and put games inside the vape, video games inside the vape. And to top it off, it's a gambling video game. It's slot machines. Whoever made this product should actually be fucking ashamed of themselves. This is really, really bad. This needs to be pulled off the shelf immediately, and they need to stop selling this fucking thing, because now they just made the case stronger for the people that are saying that they're trying to appeal to children with vaping, with nicotine products. Just a side note, I think that's really awful. But I mean, as far as a vaping device goes, it does what it needs to do. But why the fuck do I have a video game on my vape? I'm not happy with that. I'm really not. It is actually pretty frustrating. Anyways, what are we talking about today? Let me turn up some AC here because I'm a fat boy and I needed some AC. So we're going to talk about the biggest dorks in trucking. Look, guys, I got a haircut again. I went home. I went home for a night. I was in my home last night. Can you believe it? Had to get back on the road, but I got to stop by the house. How cool is that? And got my hair cut. That's what I did the whole time I was home, okay? Got my hair cut. Anyways, I just ran into a huge disgusting dork when I was in the bathroom. I don't think he drove for Schneider though. But I was in there taking a piss, and this guy was in the stall taking a dump. Like, he was letting it fly in there, which is fine. That's normal. We have to do that, right? But I had finished what I was doing, and I was standing there washing my hands, and I knew I was going to get some food after I was done. So I'm over there just scrubbing, right? Because your hands get all gross and shit, and I was about to eat some food. And this guy comes out from taking what sounded like a massive fucking dump, and he sprinkles a little water on his hands from the sink, just like a little bit, sprinkles a little on his hands, and then shakes his hands, and then walks out of the bathroom. And I mean, whatever, it's his own hygiene, it's his own choice, but it was kind of gross because they got some Papa John's pizza in here, and I knew they did, and I kind of had my heart set on some, so that's why I stopped here to get me some Papa John's pizza. Well, I'm standing there looking at their different options when the same guy walks up and kind of shoves his way in front of me, because maybe he thought I was going to take the pizza that he wanted. I'm not really sure. And he grabs a Papa John's pizza with his unwashed hands and goes and he pays for it. And like I said, this is his own business. But you guys know when you're eating pizza and you get down to the crust and you take a little little lick off your fingertips? You know that guy's doing that. After he just wiped his ass, my friends, and he sprinkled water on his hands. Now he's enjoying him some Papa John's pizza. And who am I to judge? Maybe the guy likes the taste of his own ass. I don't fucking know. Ass eating's not unheard of these days. It's just a lot of people aren't finding creative ways to eat their own ass. That's all I'm saying. But I don't think he worked for Schneider. You know why I don't think he worked for Schneider? Because he would have just wiped his hands on his safety vest. And then he would have thought they were clean, because Schneider drivers believe that their safety vest protects them from everything. Those guys don't go anywhere without them. And that's kind of one of the reasons that I think Schneider drivers are the biggest fucking dorks on the planet, because they go everywhere with their fucking safety vest on. I'm still trying to pull mine apart. It's all Velcroed together. I'm auditioning for a role as a Schneider driver. See if they hire me after they see that I too wear my safety vest. Anyways, that's about the goofiest fucking thing I've ever seen. Schneider drivers everywhere with their safety vest on. Now, I had talked to someone that worked for Schneider. I'm going to take this off now. I'm not cool enough to wear that. I'm not worthy. So my safety vest is now off. Anyways, I was talking to somebody that worked at Schneider, and they told me that, now, keep in mind, this is just hearsay. I don't know it to be true, but I know it to be fucking hilarious, so it's good enough to say on my channel, right? But I was told that per company policy at Schneider, they are not allowed to leave their truck without their safety vest on, right? And it's so bad, apparently, so bad, that if a Schneider driver is, say, they're parked at the truck stop and they're getting ready to get out, so they're putting their safety vest on and they're getting ready to go in and buy them a corn dog, maybe, I don't really know, but whatever it is they're doing, and they happen to see another Schneider driver get out of their truck, then I've heard that they will call the safety department and said, hey, I just saw driver whatever get out of truck number whatever, and he's walking across the Love's parking lot right now, and he's not wearing his safety vest. Somebody needs to fucking call this man, because he is absolutely a menace to society. He is a very dangerous person, and we need to get him in trouble with safety and get him fired. And what kind of fucking dork do you have to be to see somebody from your own company get out of their truck at the Love's, at the fucking Love's, without their safety vest, and you call the safety department on them? You got to be a real shithead to even like think to do that. Leave that fucking guy alone. Like I said, I don't know it to be true. It's just a fucking thing I've heard. But they are goofy, fucking goofy with these goddamn safety vests everywhere. I was at a place picking up a couple days ago. I don't even know where the fuck I was, if I'm being honest with you. I was way over yonder somewhere. But I was picking up, and it was a Schneider-dominated place. They had trailers all over the place. And they actually had a sign on the door when I was going in that said, Schneider drivers, Are you wearing your safety vest? If not, go back to your truck and get your safety vest. We will not give you your bills unless you are wearing your safety vest. And I get it. I get it. There are companies out there like that, shippers and receivers, that are adamant that you wear them, and they will not let you in. You can't get out of your truck. You can't have your bills. You can't do anything unless you're wearing your goofy ass safety vest. And I understand they're to increase visibility so everybody can see you better, and that's fine. But have you seen a lot of these Mr. Magoo motherfuckers we got driving trucks out here? They ain't gonna see you anyways. They're just gonna plow over your ass. Good luck. Good luck. Anyways, I just kind of laughed at that when I saw it, you know. But a funny, sort of a side note, I'll get back to this safety vest stupid shit in just a minute. But one of the funniest things to me with Schneider drivers is there ain't a single fucking one of them that can even pronounce the company that you work for. Go ahead, ask them which outfit they work for. You know what they're gonna say? I drive for Schneider. I drive for Schneider. That's not even how you say that shit. What is wrong with you? And that really pushes my buttons when people don't talk right. What an asshole thing for me to say, right? Because people have an accent. I'm such a dick. I just accuse people of not being able to talk right because they have an accent. So a few minutes ago, I was a winner right here in front of you guys here on YouTube. I won my little slot machine game, and now I'm a complete intolerant asshole that believes if you have any accent different from mine, it's because you are unable to speak right. And we probably gained about 4 or 5 subscribers leading up to that point, and now we just lost them all too. They're like, maybe not the same people, but we just switched them out with people that think I'm funny is what just fucking happened here. Yeah, what a dickhead thing of me to say, right? But these goddamn fucking safety vest drive me absolutely goddamn insane. Fucking Schneider safety vest, right? I was going through some city. I have been all over the fucking place lately. I don't remember where the fuck I was, but it was one of those places where, you know, the interstates, like 2 interstates come together. So you're on like 2 lanes and you're on sort of a ramp, and then there's another ramp off to your left, and they just come together to form whatever the new interstate is, or one of the interstates. And you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about, you know. But there was a Schneider truck in the left lane, which is fine because a lot of times you'll run into a right lane ends kind of thing when you get through those, and I'll sometimes hog up that left lane too if I think that people aren't going to let me over, and then it's going to be a last minute thing. So that was kind of okay, but we got through it. And you could tell he was a Schneider driver, because he was dragging around his big-ass goofy orange trailer with him. How cute are those things? They're adorable. Anyways, when we got through it, he still decided to stay in that left lane, causing everybody to have to go around him and pass him on the right, which we see way too fucking much of that these days, if I'm being honest with you. Who is teaching these people? Not even about driving a truck, just driving in general. Slower traffic, move right. For us trucks, we should almost always be in the right lane unless there's certain circumstances. Maybe it's road construction and they say all trucks use left lane. That's a more and more common thing lately. Maybe we're passing someone. There's a number of reasons why we might not be in the right lane, but if we're just cruising down the road, the right lane is where the fuck we should be. Does anyone have an argument to that? Because it seems that a lot of people don't fucking understand that anymore. Well, he's making everybody pass around him on the right hand side, and when it was my turn, I'm going around him, and I'm thinking to myself, I bet this guy's wearing his safety vest right now. I bet he is. So as I passed him, I looked to my left, and my friends, while I was driving my truck down the road, my 80,000-pound death missile down the road, I looked over at this Schneider driver, and sure enough, he was sitting there kicked back in his seat with his safety vest on. I looked over at him and started laughing my fucking ass off, to which he did, because he's a really cool guy, right? He was a really cool guy. He gave me a little peace sign. He like leaned back in his chair and he gave me a little peace sign. I don't know if I covered that with B-roll or not, but you get the point. And he gave me a smile, and he was just the coolest fucking guy on the road, probably because of the safety vest, right? But it's just baffling that these guys spend their whole lives inside those things. I don't know about yours guys, and like I said, I never look at where I'm putting the B-roll. I put the B-roll at like 2 minutes into the video, and then that normally ends around 4 minutes, so the next B-roll will start at 6 minutes. It's a very lazy process is what I'm trying to tell you. But if you can see my fucking safety vest, this thing is grimy, it's gross, it gets rubbed against shit, and I could not imagine spending my life inside this thing at all fucking times. And I was gonna say, could you imagine one of these guys getting laid? But think about what I just said. Can you imagine a Schneider driver getting laid? No, neither can I, and neither can they. That's not a thing they even think about. Fucking incels over there at Schneider. Absolutely. They ain't no one fucking a Schneider driver. There ain't a woman in the world that goes, oh my God, who do you drive for? Schneider, I'm dripping wet right now. They do quite the opposite of that. So that's not a thing. But hypothetically, join me, my friends, as we go down this weird fantasy land, this rabbit hole, and some weird parallel universe, not this one, where a Schneider driver actually gets the opportunity to have sex, which sounds crazy, but let's just say hypothetically. So I don't know how he got to that point. Maybe he was on Tinder and he met a girl with really low self-esteem, maybe, or a girl that's just like coming out of a 15-year marriage, and she's 48 years old and she doesn't feel sexy anymore, so the bar's real low, right? That's the only way that this is ever gonna fucking happen, Schneider drivers, right? But he's got her in the back of the truck and things are getting hot and heavy, right? Things are getting hot and heavy, and she realizes, because women tend to be more responsible than us in a lot of situations, right? Than us guys is what I meant to say. And she goes, shit, I just met this guy tonight. I don't know where his greasy, grimy ass has been. I don't really fucking know. And she stops him before he penetrates, and she taps him on the shoulder, and she goes, do you have protection? And his eyes just light up. The happiest face ever. And he goes, of course I do. And then she gets happy too, because she's like, oh my God, a responsible man that brought protection so that we both can be safe and enjoy ourselves. And he reaches up to the front passenger seat and he straps on his safety vest and he goes, are you ready, baby? And she goes, that's not what I meant, stupid. I'm leaving. And then, well, another Schneider driver blows his chances. Shame on that. Shame on that. Okay, some of you guys are going to call me out on that because I was getting into my redneck accent a little bit there earlier with the Schneider thing, and I almost used the catchphrase of another YouTuber that I don't particularly care for, and you guys are allowed to laugh at me for what just happened. So shame on that. Poor Schneider driver didn't get any once again, because he thought when she asked for protection she meant the safety vest, which was the fucking punchline. I'm sure you guys got it. I don't know why I'm continuing to explain that, but I gotta be honest, man, there's a lot of fucking dorks at Prime. A lot of fucking dorks at Prime. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, unfortunately, kind of some cool people that work at Prime too. Damn it. I hate everything about what I just had to say to you guys. That makes me mad. But Schneider, I think they've been skating by for far fucking too long without anybody making fun of their goofy asses. And it's high time we raise hell with these fuckers. We let them know what dorks they are specifically, and we just have a lot of fun with it. I actually considered going to work there at Schneider it's been a long time. I always say a couple years ago, and then I forget that I've been trucking since fucking the Civil War. Yeah, I made this joke before. Want to hear it again? I've been driving so long that I hauled war supplies across the fucking Delaware to George Washington. And the reason I said it again was because I like it. I think it's funny. So now I'm at the point in my YouTube career where I'm recycling my own jokes for my amusement mostly. Well, the point I'm trying to make is it was years ago at this point, I thought I might go over and check out Schneider. And one of the worst things about them, and I don't know if they're still like that, they don't use the fucking Intella app. The, what's it called? The driver's pulse. Intella app, driver's pulse. Yeah, they're the same thing. They're the same thing. So if you want to apply to Schneider, I don't know if it's still the same, but it used to be, you had to go fill out the whole application with your 10-year work history, all that, everything that goes on an application. And Schneider, if you want to, I don't know if you want to recruit, I don't fucking know, but make the application process easier. That's fucking silly. You guys are holding out for some reason on a piece of technology that every fucking buddy else is using, and you got to chill the fuck out with that. But there was, I probably wouldn't have lasted there because there was a couple years ago, it was kind of a big deal. They started firing their YouTubers. Like, if you did YouTube videos, they were kicking you out the door. And there may be some nuances to that I don't realize, because I know of at least a couple that were doing the whole recording while driving, like camera pointed towards them, they're talking, making eye contact with the camera. That's a thing I used to do too. The world used to be a little more tolerant of that, and now it's a big fucking deal. There was probably some accidents involved, people wrecked, and then companies got sued, and they said, we have got to put a fucking stop to this. But I don't know if there's anyone currently at Schneider that has a fairly sizable YouTube channel or not, but there was a time where they were straight up just booting YouTubers out the door. Get the fuck out of here. So I wouldn't last there. They would have kicked me out a long time ago. But anyways, I'm gonna come clean with you guys now that we're over 20 minutes into the video. There is the people that are mad are already mad. They've already said their angry thing in the comments, and then they got on my fucking nerves, so I pushed the hide user button, and now nobody knows what they said because you can't see it. But there's actually a reason, a scientific reason I made this video, right? You'll notice that none of these jokes were too bad. They were funny, but none of them were like too harsh or anything like that. What I'm actually trying to find out with this video is if I'm an asshole, or if actually Prime drivers are huge dorks. Yes, this all came back to Prime. How about it? How about that, right? And the reason was because 6 years ago, I made fun of one Prime driver that was doing goofy shit on the road, and to this day, I still have to listen to pissed off Prime drivers that think that their trucking company is God's gift to the fucking planet. And I'm testing a theory here. All right, if it ends up 6 years from now, I'm still arguing with Schneider drivers, then it stands to reason that I'm actually an asshole at that point. That people are just rightfully pissed off at me because I make fun of trucking companies, and I'm a huge dick, and I need to be canceled from the internet, and nobody needs to watch my videos. Or the alternative is that Prime drivers are overly sensitive about their trucking company. And that's actually the point of the video, if you're still watching at 22 minutes in, to see if I'm truly the asshole people want to believe I am, or if a certain company's drivers take things way too fucking seriously. And we're gonna find out now, aren't we, folks? That's what we're gonna do. Anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Time to hit the road with my slot machine vape. Bye now.